So imagine you could write a script for Instagram or any of your social media platforms in 5 minutes that would be effective, to the point, and would get you maximum engagement. Well, imagine no more. In this video, I'm going to show you my easy 3-step process for writing impactful scripts that perform well on all the social media platforms. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to walk you through a real life example on how to script one. So let's get right into it. So when you're writing your content for your short form platforms, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, any of the platforms really, you want to write it in a process of 3 steps. So first you want to have your hook, second you want to have your content, and third you want to have your call to action. Number 1, the hook. You want to grab the attention of your audience within that first 3 to 5 seconds. You want them to stop their scroll, to stop and see what you have to say. Number 2, this is the content. This is the meat of your video. This is what the person on the other side of that screen came for. So make sure it's impactful and on topic. So if you said at the beginning of your video that you were going to give them 3 ways to keep their plants healthy and green, make sure you follow through with that throughout the video. And number 3 is the call to action. This is where you ask your audience to do something. This could be to follow, to like, to share with a friend, hit the notification, book an onboarding call, download a free guide, or maybe even ask for a sale. A pro tip, from my point of view, try not to ask for that sale too often. A rule of thumb in the marketing world is that you have a ratio which is 3 or 4 to 1. So this really means that for every 3 or 4 pieces of an informational content that you give your audience, there's 1 instance where you can ask for a sale. So to put this more into practice, if you look on social media platforms like Instagram or Facebook, every 3 to 4 posts, you're going to see an ad. And the more mature that a platform is, the more ads they're going to put on their platform. So like a Instagram or a Facebook, they're going to have more ads, whereas a newer platform like a TikTok, you're going to see less ads as you're scrolling through. So another way of thinking of this 3-step process, which has been popularized by a business tycoon and a personal mentor of mine, Alex Hormozi, he wrote in his new book, $100 Million Leads, the hook, retain, and reward system. So this is very similar to my system. It's 3 steps. The first one is the hook. The hook is where you grab the attention of the audience. Number 2 is retain. This is where you get the audience to consume what you've produced. And number 3 is the reward, where you satisfy the reason that they tuned in for your content. So I'll be doing a live example later on in the video. So if you want to stick around, actually, wait. Let's just get into it right now. So before we do, if you're getting any value out of this video so far, I'd appreciate it if you tap the like button and subscribed. It's Dave here at Duff Media. All right, so before we get into the deep dive into the live example, I'm gonna assume that you've got your topics already for your video. If not, you can jump over to my other video where I give you 100 fill-in-the-blank video ideas in 15 minutes. So other than that, let's get right into it. So again, we want a refresher that we want to write things in 3 parts. So we're going to have a hook first, then we're going to have the content, and then we're going to have that call to action. So again, we need that meat of the sandwich before we put on the buns. So we want to create our content first, and then we're going to put the hook on top and then have our call to action afterwards. So let's look at this as if we're talking from the example of a fitness coach. So our topic here is going to be 3 reasons why you're not losing stubborn belly fat. So reason number 1, you're doing too much cardio and you're not doing enough strength training. Reason number 2 is you're not in a calorie deficit. And reason number 3 is you're inconsistent with how often you work out per week. All right, so now that we've got the content, it's time to create a hook for this. So if you can't find any hook ideas, can't think of anything to say, I have a video in this series that will give you 30 viral hook ideas and examples for each. So it'll be linked in the card above, or I'll put it in the description below. So for this instance, I'm going to go with the hook, why doesn't anybody talk about this? So we have our hook, we've got our content, and now we're going to go with our call to action. Actually, before we get into our call to action, one more thing about the hook. You don't want to lead in with information that people don't want. So don't start off your video by saying, hi, this is Dave here at Duff Media, and I've done this, I've done that, and in this video, I'm going to give you by that chance or by that time, people have already checked out. So really you want to get right into it, give them the information that they need. And if they want to get in contact with you, they can go through your bio, they can click on the links in your profile, and that's how they can get to you. You don't have to introduce yourself every time you create a new video. Think about that person that's going to watch 3 or 4 videos again and again. They don't want to hear you introduce yourself again and again. And for that person that's brand new that doesn't know you, they don't really care. They want the information first. You give that to them first, and then they'll figure out how to get in contact with you. So like I said before, I don't like to have a hard sale. I'd rather ask people to follow along for more tips and tools.
Must follow, must follow, must follow.
Or just general information. If you have a great tagline, this is where you want to use it. So some examples from my past clients are follow us for digital skills that pay the bills. Another one was because you've always got a friend in real estate. So the first one was a mentor, a career mentor. The second one, obviously a real estate agent or broker. And the last one, my personal favorite, is follow along for more real estate tips and tools. So I think if you're asking people just to follow along, give you a like, give you a follow for more information, I find like that really works, as opposed to buy now. I'll ship it next week. Give me a call. We'll work with you. I've got the best deals. Okay. It's not always going to work. There's a time and a place for all that for sure, but I'd rather err on the just follow for more information. You give them tons of value and they're going to love you for it and eventually want to work with you, as opposed to buy my stuff. People know you have stuff for sale. So in this case, we're going to go with follow for more fitness tools and tips to keep you fit. So now let's put that all together. So we're going to put the hook at the start, then we have our content, and then we'll have that call to action at the end. So you can edit this together so it looks like a reel. So why doesn't anybody talk about this anymore? Here are my 3 reasons why you can't lose that stubborn belly fat. Reason number 1, you're doing too much cardio and not enough strength training. Reason number 2, you're not in a calorie deficit. And reason number 3, you're inconsistent with how often you go to the gym. Follow for more fitness tools and tips to keep you fit. Boom. There you go. Now you're ready to go out there and crush it. Whoa. Actually, you know what? I'm feeling super generous, so I'm going to go through another example with you.
So excited! So excited!
So this time we're going to write it from the perspective of a mortgage broker. So our topic here is why a fixed rate mortgage is a better bet right now compared to a variable rate mortgage. And again, this is for training purposes. I am not a mortgage broker. I don't have a license, even though I've worked with a lot of mortgage brokers. If you want to get a second opinion, definitely get a second opinion from a licensed mortgage broker, not me. So again, we're looking at the content first, then we're going to do our hook, and then we're going to write our call to action. So reason number 1 why you want to go with a fixed rate compared to a variable rate right now is it's a safer bet. So in a volatile environment like it is right now with the market going up and down, it's a safer option. Reason number 2, you get a predictable rate. So for new homeowners or people living on fixed income, this is very important. Absolutely. And reason number 3 is you set it and you forget it. So your payment won't change over the life of your mortgage. So a hook here that I'm going to go with is here's your sign to lock in a fixed mortgage rate. And for the call to action, I'm going to go with if you found this valuable, save it for later and share it with a friend. So now with the magic of editing, we're going to put that all together and show you how this turned out. Here's your sign to lock in a fixed mortgage rate. Reason number 1, it's a safer bet. In a volatile environment where the market's going up and down, it's a safer bet. Reason number 2, it's a predictable rate. So for new homeowners and people on a fixed income, this is very important. And reason number 3 is you set it and you forget it. Your rate and your payments aren't going to go up or down. They're going to stay the same for the life of your mortgage term. If you found this valuable, save it for later or send it to a friend. And there you have it. That's my 3-step process for writing impactful short form content that's going to hold attention and have people coming back for more. So now that you've got your content, next up you want to dial in your settings so you can look and sound like the pros do. So take a look at my other video in this series where I'll walk you through how to get high definition video, and it's a simple 3-step process to go from beginner to pro quality video. Bye for now.